Yeah. Especially when you don't have an index. Right. To go straight to the page number, but we don't have embedded links to click on within the PDF. So yes, I think you're right. I can do that next month. We can do both.
You ladies are doing a good job. Ariel, clerk.
Wait a minute, too. They say so much.
Okay, Randy, recording has started and streaming has started, and I'm picking up a lot of extraneous audio, so everybody that's not talking needs to mute.
Let us pray. Eternal wise God, our Father in heaven, Father God, we're so thankful that you allowed our golden moments, Father God, to roll on a little while longer. We thank you, God, for this day. We thank you for this opportunity, God, to come forth to put our interests aside, to work together for the better good of Roane County. Father God, we ask that you just lead us in our decision making. Father God, keep on the forefront of our mind, Father God, especially during this holiday season, those who are less fortunate, Father. As we think, Father, that so many in our community have lost loved ones during this season, God, just be a comforter like only you can. Father, after it's all said and done, we'll be so careful to give your name the praise, honor, and the glory. It is in Jesus Christ's magnificent name that we pray. Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Kelly. Just let everyone know that we are losing our we have teachers first time live also. Madam Clerk.
Bell.
Present.
Barry.
Here.
Brashears. Cunningham.
Here.
East. Ellis.
Here.
Gann.
Here.
Hendrickson.
Here.
Hester.
Here.
Hickman.
Present.
Hooks.
Here.
Meadows.
Here.
Moore.
Here.
White.
Here.
Wilson.
Here.
15 present.
With quorum present, we move forward. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes of the November 9th, 2020 meeting? Meadows. Commissioner White. Any questions or comments on the minutes of November 9th, 2020 meeting? Let's go ahead and call the rolls if we have some people on there.
Mr. Bell.
Aye.
Barry.
Barry, aye.
Brashears. Cunningham.
Yes.
East. Ellis.
Yes.
Gann.
Yes.
Hendrickson.
Yes.
Hester.
Yes.
Hickman.
Aye.
Hooks. Commissioner Meadows.
Yes.
Moore.
Aye.
White.
Yes.
Wilson. I think that's 15 yes.
Minutes of the November 9th, 2020 meeting is approved. Now, acceptance of reports of correspondence. Motion by Henderson, second by Commissioner Hook. Any questions or comments on the acceptance of committee reports of correspondence? Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Bell.
Aye. Bell.
Barry.
Barry, yes.
Brashears.
Yes.
Cunningham,
Cunningham, yes.
East, Ellis, Gann, Hendrickson, Hester, Hickman, Hooks, Meadows, Moore,
Moore, yes.
White, Wilson. 15 yes.
Committee report correspondence has been approved. Notaries.
Haskell Bailey, Kimberly G. Conaway, Teresa Beth Grady, Deborah Marie Majors, Penny L. Miller, Cynthia J. Pollard, David M. Smith Jr., Karen M. Tucker, and Benita K. Voiles.
Got a motion by Commissioner Hendrickson to elect notaries, second by Commissioner Hickman. Hendrickson.
Just appreciate it, your willingness to serve.
Commissioner Hickman. Any more questions or comments on the notaries? Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Bell,
Bell, aye.
Barry,
Barry, aye.
Brashears, Cunningham,
Cunningham, yes.
East, Ellis, Gann, Hendrickson, Hester, Hickman, Hooks, Meadows, Moore,
Moore, aye.
White, Wilson. 15 yes.
Notaries have been elected. At this time, we have hearing of delegations. This is the time for anyone that's in the audience that would like to address the county commission. This will be your opportunity. We ask you keep your comments less than 3 minutes. Just a reminder, you could step forward to the podium and state your name and address. This will be your only opportunity to address the commission unless the commissioner yields to you later in the meeting. Would anybody like to address the county commission? Anyone like to address the commission? Seeing none, we'll move along to the county attorney's report.
I have two matters. As you may know, the chancellor issued an order a few weeks ago indefinitely postponing chancery court because of the COVID situation. We have county cases set in chancery court in January, February, and March. At this time, I do not know whether they will be going to trial based on COVID. I will let you know as soon as I know. Second matter, back at the October meeting, you authorized me to file a suit against the seller and manufacturer of a mini pumper truck that was purchased in 2018 for emergency services. Since you passed the resolution, we have found the warranty book for the truck, and based on my interpretation of the warranty book, we need to file a formal claim on the warranty before we pursue litigation or arbitration. So I'm in the process of getting that claim filed, but that's why no lawsuit has been filed. Other than that, that's all I have to report.
Any questions for the county attorney? Thank you. County executives report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I got a couple items I need to go over. First of all, you may have heard some of our county employees. I heard some today thanking you all for the raises. They went out Friday. Bonuses, what is that raise? Sorry about that. Bonuses. See, if I read my notes, I'd be a lot better off here. So you all passed, I think it was last month, resolution 11-2009. It had a couple of things in it and they were prorated. So if you have any employees that questions it, have them recall us. The full-time employees with the easy calculation, part-time prorated are also a little bit more complicated. But if anybody said anything, have them call payroll, look at it again. We had the department head also sign off on all those bonuses. So, county COVID updates a little bit, as you all are aware, I issued county mask mandate on November 23rd. And we've also had a number of with the courthouse and some of our other departments contracted COVID. And so some of our departments have been back to the more limited operations. We are still under resolution passed in March, commission passed. Probably take a look at that again in several months. We didn't allow the elected officials to put staff on administrative leave to kind of protect the integrity of the office so that we point in time, we will have to shut down the whole area of the city. So we have some scheduling on the call of that. Regarding the state's position on recently, the vaccination, testing, the testing has been done on home departments. There may be some vaccination at some point in time with the health department. Part of the issue we have down there, I had a couple of issues with Roane. We have state employees there, with the county employees side by side. It comes up and down the state rates, the county employees raise, the bonus that's given, the county employees bonus, the state employees do not. So we talked about that a little bit, but the legislative committee on the chairs here, we may want to look at that, see if the state can make all the state employees in this kind of state. But that's kind of came up because of COVID and how they are staffed. We pay some of them, but they operate in the direction of the state employee. And from that standpoint, we provide maintenance. The state will involve the operations and scheduling. If in fact there are vaccinations available, we their schedule. We do have some input of Tim Super here, our OES director, and I will follow for our director. Basically, we probably talk to her daily sometimes. She didn't have COVID, she was out for a while. But we work to help coordinate this operation. As you all know, the migrant vaccination in the shelter, the hospitals, the Moderna vaccination, the front shelter for home departments, enable people, first responders, frontline workers. That is not something that we would anticipate the general population being having access to the vaccination until they are able. One of the issues that we had to deal with is the security down at the health department. As people come, some people are going to be tested, vaccinated at the same time as the vaccination there. We are providing some signage to try to do a little bit of direction. I had to share today go part of it also. And then we've asked that people in the national guard. There may be some issues with plans for the worst hope for the best there. But again, part of the issue is Roane County building, predominantly state employees and Randolph State. Just this is a no information on all government today. Talking about 556,000 doses that are coming in this week. Regardless of 15,000 probably around Christmas. They talked a little bit about herd immunity. This will be the doctor was telling us they only call it we need 60% of the population the virus or herd immunity. We are currently at 16%. So like they told us, a couple of things I mentioned before, I want to mention again. This is dealing with our recreation program. Back in August the 10th, I mentioned that we met a contract with the bridge going Cambridge recreation area. And that job was anticipated to be completed by December. It is December. That job is complete. So we have a bridge now that is we will kind of have it gated off a little bit. The car is still there. The next weeks or so. We've been working with TDA and TPA about permits of where they needed to be in the open minimum. There's a really good article. I don't know if you looked at it on the news a week or so ago. Talking about Raleigh Street. We have that discussion. I mentioned I think on several occasions in the Migrant Report Commission needs to be in the work session to deal with both King Fruit vision and the Raleigh Street. We've done a lot of planning internally. We've done a lot of 10 to 12 years, but it's time to make some decisions. So what I have proposed, we have right now three resolutions for the January meeting. So the commission needs to take our drafts and go into a work session to discuss it, or as we file as the January meeting, then schedule a work session. You know, there's a lot to be done. It doesn't have to be done right now. But we need to make some decisions, unless you all, we pass a resolution, say, kind of thing, do what you want to do. I'd be glad to do that, just if I can draft that forward resolution. Implement all the plans as well over the year. Seriously, commission, I think we all need to get together. We need to talk about Raleigh, we need to talk about the community, all together, because they kind of play all of each other. So, like I said, I'm in the process of three resolutions that are drafted. I'll draft them. You all, one of them may say keep Raleigh open, and one may say it's time to get Raleigh up. And it gives you all time to chew on it, look at it, study it, give some feedback to the executive branch of what you're going to do, what you do there. Along with that, just another thing, which is the budget, we need to have a recommendation on our resolution that deals with the codes. Starting in about 2012, the jail, and the property, we need to really, every plan, every proposed says that we'll have to take property with particularly code. So as we file resolutions, we need to think about, you know, we can go here, we can go there, with the building code. That's the only piece of property that will ever be needed for any expansion that has to take place in 2 years. So we never have to do it. Let's leave the next commission, the two commissions out, the footprint that they can use. So all that said, I want to say this: we have a board that is the Economic Development Administration, where we use very money on small business. We have that board made a loan. We foreclosed last week, also healthcare foreclosure. We had no bids on the amount of note. The EDA board will meet, they will process the realtor or something to sell it. I guess my suggestion is we ought to consider the county buying that property from one county fund to another, and just we then have someone who would like to rent it out. The EDA board is trying to bid in the business of being a landlord, so they're going to sell it. The county buys it, we buy it for another amount, and then the county is to rent it out, bring in revenue from the tenant, and then at any point in time, if the next commission has to do a general project, we've got a place for code. The Cliff Barber Shop, John Roane, calls from the most state expos. So that's a resolution we talked about the draft this morning. Along with that, we talked and we got to those tonight we have everybody on our records committee. Normally we meet the courthouse. We mentioned this before. We have a serious problem now in storage. We have a suitcase style voting machines, and now a big style voting machine. We're trying to call the floor. We have some security issues there. We have some really serious space limitation. So we're going to need to start seeing what solution we can have to solve that problem. With that, we have a leased property that will show them things that the sheriff's department. That is that discussion. So I suggest that at some point in time soon, let's have a work session. Probably most of these, the sports and rec committee is not aware of the bridge since October. Really, some of these decisions are bigger than just a committee recommendation. I think we need to sit down and look at part of the code. Maybe we need to discuss it. Mr. Chairman, that is all I have. I'm sorry it's such a long meeting. Take some action.
Any questions for the county attorney?
I got something.
Just real quick. One, my wife were out the other day around, kind of bragging on the PPA and walking around one pond area, back over there, and really bragging on how nice it was, how nice it was. Got over there, road it, buildings, need of repair.
So part of that, that is the TVA. That is TVA offered that to us. We determined that that is TVA property. TVA. That's the lakeshore part. Yeah, it's not a piece of property that we know outside of spaces adjacent to the walking trail. It doesn't go out of that. Because what's on our side, we maintain, we will want that. It's got to go back to the natural state. So you will not see any of those areas outside of maybe some areas that you would follow along the road.
Mr. Chairman, I don't know if this is the right time, but I would like to put in place to see if we could get county commission to hold that workshop, handle these three items. I think it's something we need to get on, the same page with. We have obviously the bridge at Caney Creek, we have the Riley Creek, and we also have record storage. I'm not trying to bypass the committee, but I do believe this is something that the whole body needs to be involved with. We're kind of in a digression in progress, and we need to be in the progressive state. With COVID-19 being the hindering factor, I would like to see us all come together and be able to make a decision and a workshop to be able to move forward and make some progression. And I think that is a good way to do it.
I'll get with the county executive. We'll get us a workshop together for all the issues that we need.
Sounds good.
Mr. Hester.
On the Caney Creek problem, how many acres is that?
I think we're 69 is owned by the county, and then you'll probably have another 5 or 6 years, then more than 750 we own by TVA, but we have access to it.
Okay. Now, didn't we, a few months ago, commit a GIS database user in here to do some data mining for us on that? And so our campgrounds now at the Caney Creek RV Resort are full of mines, is that correct?
That is a very good statement there. They have approached us. Councilor Lefty and I looked at the lease agreement to do an expansion at the RV park, and we didn't figure they can do that without commission approval. I think based on the lease. That's correct.
I think we did.
Yeah. So the RV park is full enough that they're starting an expansion at the RV park.
Okay, so what is the intent of the county on the 69 acres at Caney Creek? Is that the intent to add camp spots, or hiking trails? What is the overall intent?
Well, that's the reason for the workshop, I think, because the part of the play is what is our intent at Riley Creek? Because so Riley Creek is owned by TVA. It is under a license that has a 30-day out, not a lease. And it's a jewel down in the county, quite frankly. But it needs to have some investment made to it. From a financial standpoint, when TVA approached us in 2011 to take it over, I said, as long as we're not putting property tax money into that endeavor, we would run it. And we haven't had to put any property tax money. But it is a campground that has 45 maybe slots. 6 of them are 50 amp. We right now have, not under contract, but shortly could, to fix the septic system down at the field lines. So, if it was owned by an operator, I don't know where they would drop $20,000 or $30,000. But we have that's, we've generated enough money, but we're out of money now. I mean, we pay an operator, we set aside money to do repairs, but there's some paving that needs to be done there. There's probably some upgrades, and we got to determine, okay, are we going to take that on? And if we had another 20 sites, we could probably make it and pay for the investments, because we're not in the business to make money, but we sure don't want to use county property tax. All that said, I've got a resolution that says TVA, give it to us. If you're not going to give it to us, give us a long lease. But we have to be able to expand it for a few more sites so we can cover our capital costs. That's things for the public hearing, I mean, for the work session, I guess.
Mr. Hester.
Good, thank you, sir.
Let me get this real quick. Commissioner Bale.
I just got an issue with the audio.
Hold on one second.
It's very hard for me to hear anything that Ron's been saying, let alone everybody at the tables, the other commissioners. And I'm just thinking about the people watching online, and I'm sure they can't hear as well. I'd like to hear from the clerks or Barry or more. Maybe they can hear better than I can, but I didn't hear anything in the report. Maybe we can get that whatever microphone you have there shifted over to him when he talks, and somehow get it down on the tables. If we do this again, I would be there, but I got exposed Sunday to COVID, so I can't be there. But we're just going to figure out, in my opinion, we're going to figure out some way to get the audio better for us that's on Zoom, and I would imagine the people watching via Zoom or YouTube, however we're streaming it. That's all I got.
Commissioner Bale?
Yes.
I can hear the chairman very well from his mic, but I cannot hear county executive. It's a rather large reverberating sound, but now Chairman Ellis is very clear, so maybe whatever the difference in those two mics, I don't know. Just my part.
Yes, that's the same thing I can hear. I can hear Chairman, but if maybe he slides the mic over, however we need to do that, because there's a lot of people getting left out. Sounds like some important things we need to be listening to.
Can you hear me now?
Down to the good-looking people, David.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, hear you well, Randy.
Okay.
It's just that Ron was muffed.
Hold on a second. This is the problem. Our meeting was set to be in person. At the last minute, we had some people to join in on Zoom, and we don't have the sound system here or at the county to hook into the Zoom meeting. So that's our issue. We're technologically challenged because we don't have the equipment to hook everybody in, and everybody don't have a microphone. So I'm sitting on the stage, and everybody's spread out pretty much trying to get socially distanced. So that's our problem.
Randy, you're coming through fine, Randy. Ron was just muffed.
Yeah, I'm right here by the computer. So
Well, maybe whatever you're talking into, you need to push over to him when he talks, or push over to whoever. I'm just saying, whatever we got to do, whatever we got, we need to make better.
Right. Well, it's the computer. We'll have to pass the computer around the room. Anybody, anything for the county executive? Anything else?
No.
We're going to have a work session on everything he just talked about. So.
And I'll send it out.
And he's going to send you a report, his report out to you email.
Tomorrow, the next day.
I'm good with it. I can't hear anymore if I was there, so it's all about the same.
Maybe him give a report on the internet like he does every day with the COVID stuff, and just put it in there so the people outside that's watching this via Zoom at home that's not commissioners can hear it as well.
Again, Mr. Bell, there's no one outside of here watching it via Zoom, just the commissioners.
We're just recording this meeting.
That's correct, because we're meeting in person. We don't have the statutory requirement to make it live.
10-4. That's all I got. Anything else going on? I can't hear nothing.
I lost it. Can you hear me?
I can hear you and Bell.
Yeah, I lost everything else.
Yeah, I can hear you.
That's what you get. That's what you get for making them mad.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut so I maybe hear bits and pieces. Madam Clerk, can you hear anything?
Okay.
We're back, I think, now.
Guys, they're both muted. They've not unmuted for some reason.
Yeah, I don't hear them. They just got tired of hearing us.
Makes the second. Okay, so now we're going to make that. Mr. Henderson, you got anything on that before we vote to reconsider what it's going to do?
Well, I think Ms. Farnham explained it well in the email. I wish we had more of that information from the get-go. That's all I have.
Okay, just so everyone, Brian, if you can hear me, that we're going to make a motion to reconsider, motion by the clerk, for resolution 11/2007, the building codes, provide money for outsourcing portion of custodial service. Any more questions or comments? Go ahead and call the roll. Listen to the motion.
Commissioner Bell,
I don't have a clue what we're voting on. I heard a lot of mumbling. I don't have a clue what they just said.
Hey.
Madam Clerk, what's the motion?
right now they're wanting to waive the 12-day rule in order to reconsider resolution 11/2007. That was to amend them.
Okay.
In order to outsource the custodial services.
Okay. Thank you.
Bell, aye.
Bell, aye. Commissioner Berry?
Barry, aye.
Rushiers? Cunningham?
She's gone. She's gone.
She's gone. Commissioner East?
Yes.
Commissioner Ellis?
Yes.
Gann?
Yes.
Hendrickson?
Yes.
Hester?
Yes.
Hickman?
Aye.
Crooks?
Yes.
Meadows,
Yes.
Moore,
Moore, aye.
White,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
14 yes.
Okay, we have a motion to reconsider waive the 12-day rule, and it has passed. I'd like to go ahead and just go ahead and take this up now while we're on it. Motion by Commissioner Hendrickson, second by Commissioner Wilson. Commissioner Hendrickson, would you like to yield to anyone, Ms. Farnum or anyone?
Yes.
Mr. Hendrickson. Commissioner Wilson.
No, I think it's been, described well. There's a lot of information that's been out there. And I think everybody should have asked what it did, and it's self-explanatory.
Any more questions or comments? We'll vote on resolution 11-2007. I'll state that resolution, it's amending the building and the grounds budget to provide funds for outsourcing a portion of the custodial services to the Roane County. Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Commissioner Bell,
Aye.
Barry,
Barry, aye.
Rushiers, East, Ellis, Gann,
Yes.
Hendrickson,
Yes.
Hester,
Yes.
Hickman,
Aye.
Hooks,
Aye.
Meadows,
Yes.
Moore. Commissioner Moore,
Moore, aye.
White,
Yes.
I was
Wilson,
muted, I'm sorry.
14 yes.
Resolution 11-2007 is adopted. Moving on to our zoning resolutions, resolution 11-2001Z, a resolution of the Roane County Planning Commission recommending action by the Roane County Legislative Commission on resolution amending the Roane County zoning map as requested by George Hodges at Jones Road in Harriman from R1 residential to C2 highway commercial. Motion by Commissioner Henderson, second by Commissioner Hickman. Commissioner Hendrickson.
No, I'm for this.
Commissioner Hickman.
This was asking to please before planning commission, and I will move to Mr. Oak.
If you have any questions, I'll be glad to try and answer for you. I think covered it in the public here.
Any more questions or comments for resolution 11-2001Z? Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Commissioner Bell,
Aye.
Barry,
Barry, aye.
Rushiers, East, Ellis,
Yes.
Gann,
Yes.
Hendrickson,
Yes.
Hester,
Yes.
Hickman, Hooks, Meadows,
Yes.
Moore,
Moore, aye.
White,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
14 yes.
Resolution 11-2001Z is adopted. Resolution 12-2001Z, a resolution of the Roane County Planning Commission recommending action by the Roane County Legislative Commission on a resolution amending the Roane County zoning map as requested by Terry Beacom on map 056 parcel 064-08 from R2 to 2 family residential to C2 highway commercial. Motion by Commissioner Hendrickson, second by Commissioner Hester. Commissioner Hendrickson.
Again, same thing that, we're investing in the county, hopefully bring in any more tax revenue, hopefully,
Again, if anybody has any questions, I'll be glad to try and answer them. I think I'll cover pretty good in the public hearing.
Commissioner Hester. Any more questions or comments on resolution 12-2001Z?
Like I stated in the public hearing, I have a potential business conflict on this property, so I will go past.
Any more questions or comments? Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Bell,
Aye.
Barry,
Barry, aye.
Rushiers, East, Ellis, Gann,
Yes.
Hendrickson,
Yes.
Hester,
Yes.
Hickman, Hooks,
Yes.
Meadows, Moore,
Moore, yes.
White,
Yes.
Wilson.
Yes.
13 yes, 1 pass.
Resolution 12-2001Z is adopted. Moving on to old business, resolution 11-2001, a resolution recognizing Roane Baker's 50 years of service. Motion. Commissioner Henderson. Second. Commissioner.
You know, business in Roane County has been busy for 50 years. So a lot about workers and everybody involved in this. And fellow bankers always carry a good name. I appreciate it. City of Roane County.
Commissioner Wilson.
It's also like the president. 50 years is great. And worthy of recognition.
Any more questions, Mr. Meadows?
I'd like to offer an amendment to this resolution to add some verbiage if you don't care. I've got it here, and this was provided to us by Kathy May Mark of Jim Henry Coldwell Banker. And what I'd like to add, it starts with Jim Henry started his real estate career in 1968. Upon obtaining his real estate license, he was sponsored at the time by Grover Trent Real Estate. 50 years ago this year, Jim Henry opened his own real estate office and closed 68 properties his first year in business. In the early years, Jim Henry owned 21 real estate and later joined the Coldwell Banker franchise in 1995. Coldwell Banker, Jim Henry and Associates has 50 plus agents and assistants and several employees. The brokerage offers residential, commercial, property management, auctions, and relocation services. The office is located at 14 North Kentucky Street in Kingston and has proudly served Roane County and surrounding counties in the East Tennessee area for the past 50 years. It is, uncommon to have a business here that long, and I can honestly say Roane County is better for having Jim Henry Coldwell Banker here. Thank you very much.
And Mr. Wilson, you think that was Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Okay. Is that fine? Okay. Back on the resolution with the friendly amendments. Any more questions? Comments?
Kathy, next time you want to give it to somebody else to read, sound now.
Any more questions or comments?
Mr. Chairman?
I'd like to right quick thank you all for everything you all do for Roane County. Not only you have a business here for 50 years, you support a lot of local activities that goes on, and you also promote Roane County very well too. So thank you very much.
Mr. Chairman?
Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Commissioner Bell,
I think Commissioner Berry had something to say.
Mr. Chairman, I was just gonna ask if Kathy May and some of the folks who are there, if we could get their picture made with the resolution.
Yes, Mr. Berry.
Thank you.
Commissioner Bell,
Bell, aye.
Barry,
Very aye.
Rushiers, East, Ellis,
Yes.
Gann,
Yes.
Hendrickson,
Yes.
Hester,
Yes.
Hickman,
Aye.
Hooks,
Yes.
Meadows,
Yes.
Moore,
Moore, yes.
White,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
14 yes.
Resolution 11-2001 is adopted. Damon, you want to take a picture right quick?
Make sure everybody gets real close.
Okay.
Social distance.
Wonder if that mask mandate or them standing that close is better.
We really appreciate your service.
He's working hard to get people here to say that it's been hard to live. I can certainly say that, you know, a lot of people raised their doors in the past 50 years. We appreciate every one of them. Many of you are thank you. And one of the things they come to commission and for doing what you do and having the backbone to do what you feel right for this county. And thank you for this award. It's an honor.
Along with Resolution 11-2002, a resolution honoring the Master Gardeners of Roane County for their contributions to Roane County and environmental stewardship of Roane County natural resources. Do I have a motion?
I know that their work is extensive, but I'm especially impressed by the work they do at our county park.
Commissioner Hooks.
I can only echo the same. If you've not been in our county parks, and we have Miss Jessica here, and do we have any here from the team?
A lot of them are older and did not feel comfortable coming in a group setting, so I asked them to represent themselves, share their thank you for your support over what they do at Roane County Park and the county. The last RA this year, they put together in COVID year over 2,000 hours of volunteer service in Roane County, and that most of them we can go the last year report their hours, but look for that group of so thank you for recognizing them.
If you don't have an opportunity to see some of the work, just go through some of our parks and down Roane County Park and around, you'll be amazed just what kind of work that they do, and it's all volunteer.
And it's almost anytime you go through there, just look over to the garden, somebody's over there working.
Any more questions or comments on 11-2002? Madam Clerk, call.
Bill?
Aye.
Barry? Barry?
Barry, aye. I'm sorry.
Rushiers? East? Ellis? Gann?
Yes.
Hendrickson?
Yes.
Hester?
Yes.
Hickman?
Aye.
Hooks?
Yes.
Meadows?
Yes.
Moore?
Moore, aye.
White?
Yes.
Wilson?
Yes.
14 yes.
Resolution 11-2002 is adopted. Now resolution 11-3, a resolution honoring Virginia Erlene Pankey. Motion by Commissioner Wilson, second by Commissioner Bell. Commissioner Wilson.
Ms. Erlene, thank you, very well deserving of this. Very well respected in our community. You can say everything, everybody loves her, very, very well loved. And I'm glad that she is being recognized tonight. True.
Commissioner Bell. Commissioner Bell. Commissioner Bell. Anyone else?
Knowing Miss Pinky, her and these, frequent our church, very often, I think in that resolution, it really stands out to me, just proud of her leader, how it's not necessary.
You definitely do.
Any more questions or comments?
Let me just say a few words. Probably many of y'all here that went through the Roane County High, Kingston Elementary School, middle school, have eaten some of the food she's cooked. And she was a great lady. There's a resolution that says serve Roane County, not serve Roane County. 38 years, 28, 48 years, public servant. And as Commissioner Hickman said, not only was she a public servant in government, she was managing food service, but she was also a very good leader in her community. And anytime someone is committed to the budget she has, the general making better, deserve of being rewarded. They're rewarded not here, but in another better place. But we'll get this resolution of adoption. Thank you all.
Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Bell,
Bell, aye.
Commissioner Berry,
Barry, aye.
Rushiers, East,
Yes.
Ellis,
Yes.
Gann,
Yes.
Hendrickson,
Yes.
Hester,
Yes.
Hickman,
Aye.
Cook,
Aye.
Meadows,
Yes.
Moore,
Moore, aye.
White,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
14 yes.
Resolution 11-2003 is adopted. Moving on to new business, resolution 12-2001. Now, this is a resolution establishing the committees for the Roane County Commission from the period of January 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2021. Motion by Commissioner Meadows, second by Commissioner Hendrickson. Commissioner Meadows.
These committees were put together by the committee on committees, and they were recommended by the committee to the commission, and it was sent out earlier in our packets. So hopefully everybody had time to go over.
Commissioner Hendrickson. And I want to thank the committee on committees. It's Mr. Meadows, Mr. Hendrickson, Mr. White. Who else was Commissioner Wilson, Commissioner Hooks. Thank you all. It's been a challenge for y'all with the COVID. Everybody's ever served on committee on committees. It's not very much fun putting them all together. So. Any questions or comments on resolution 12-2001?
Bell,
Bell, aye.
Berry,
Barry, aye.
Rushiers, East,
Yes.
Ellis,
Yes.
Gann,
Yes.
Hendrickson,
Yes.
Hester,
Yes.
Hickman,
Aye.
Cooks,
Yes.
Meadows,
Yes.
Moore,
Moore, aye.
White,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
14 yes.
Resolution 12-2001 is adopted. Resolution 12-2002, resolution authorizing the county executive to execute an amended 10-year franchise agreement. It's in your all's packet with Comcast of the South to include Comcast of Southern Tennessee LLC and Comcast Tennessee LLC for the construction, operation, and maintenance of cable TV system in Roane County. Motion by Commissioner Meadows, second by Commissioner Hester. Commissioner Meadows.
This was the same agreement basically that we approved a meeting or so ago. And this was done, this is brought back to us by Comcast in order to add these other entities. Mr. Leffey, do you want to add anything to that?
No, I don't understand the reasoning, but it is the same agreement. The original agreement was with Comcast of the South. This agreement is with Comcast of the South, Comcast of Southern Tennessee LLC, and Comcast of Tennessee LLC.
But otherwise, no other changes, correct?
There were no changes to the agreement other than those names were added.
That's part.
Commissioner Peters.
Yeah, this agreement, is this open strictly to Comcast in Roane County?
No.
In other words, we can still have people come in, right?
Yes.
So we don't have an option.
Any more questions or comments on 12-2002?
Bell,
Bell, aye.
Barry,
Barry, aye.
Rushiers, East, Ellis,
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
Hendrickson, Hester,
Yes.
Hickman,
Aye.
Cooks,
Yes.
Meadows,
Yes.
Moore,
Moore, yes.
White,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
14 yes.
Resolution 12-2002 is adopted. Resolution 12-2003, a resolution to amend the general fund 101 that would allow the hiring of an additional building inspector for the coach department. Motion by Commissioner Hooks, second by Commissioner White. Commissioner Hooks.
This is intended for our building code, also resident committee, and both committees recommend adopting. This is just adding that, and I'd like to refer this to county executive to explain the ins and outs of it, adding back the position that
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So we discussed this in Budget Committee. We have had the position of 3 inspectors for a couple of years. Last year, one of the inspectors took a job at another department, so the vacancy took place. It took place about January, February, March sometime, and as that was taking place, COVID hit. We kind of economy would go into a recession, so we knew we were struggling with some financial things in our own budget because of the needed position from the budget. What we did not anticipate is that we would have a robust real estate market, construction going on. Glenn reported to the commission or the budget committee how inspections were up, fees, revenue were up. And as we look out into the horizon, we've got a couple of developments coming online along with a school that will be they will probably award that contract in their January meeting, I think, the school board. So there's a lot of work going on. One of our inspectors is scheduled to be out for some procedures and may be out 6 to 10 weeks. So we would hate to cripple, I guess, our inspection here if we only have one inspector and everything going on. So the budget committee recommended that, and we propose that we add this position back and proceed to hire someone.
Commissioner Hooks. Commissioner. Any more questions or comments on resolution?
I'll take some.
12-2003.
I'll take one. Bale.
I think Bill has some.
With this position, Mr. Woody, with the permits and the fees that we collect, will this be covered through all the fees that are all the revenue that office generates? Will it cover this position and all the ones that are there?
Yes, it does.
And what fees are those that cover all that?
Well, it's building and codes, fees, permits for new construction and inspections.
And how much does that fund? Do you know how much money, how much revenue does that office bring in from fees and
About 318,000.
Okay. All right. Appreciate it.
Any more questions or comments at 12? Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Bell,
Aye.
Barry,
Barry, aye.
Rushiers, East, Ellis,
Yes.
Dan, Hendrickson, Hester, Hickman, Cooks, Meadows, Moore,
Moore, yes.
White, Wilson, 14 yes.
Resolution 12-2003 is adopted. Next, Resolution 12-2004, resolution authorizing the county executive to apply for and if approved, then accept TVA Invest Prep grant and amending the General Capital Projects Fund 171 in order to match the grant. Motion by Commissioner Meadows. Second by Commissioner Wilson.
So like we discussed in Budget Committee, periodically grants are available to improve our industrial parks. When that takes place, the county has money reserved from sale of previous industrial property. We are taking our contribution from that. The industrial board has a little bit of surplus and they're wanting to also contribute that. Shows the partnership, allows us to apply for the grant. So what we're doing here is giving us authority to apply, and if we are successful, the budgets are amended to reflect this successful project. It is the Jones Road project in the industrial park on I-40, and it's an expansion. We sold another piece of property up there, and this allows us to put some sewer in, some lighting, and various things.
Commissioner Meadows. Commissioner Wilson. Any more questions or comment on Resolution 12-2004?
Yeah, I've got one.
Madam Clerk, call the roll. Commissioner Meadows.
For our lawyer, Mr. Lefew, I see this is a TVA Invest Prep grant. Is there anything that this might hurt or affect in the lawsuit that we have with TVA? Or do we need to consult with the lawyers that are in our lawsuit, or is everything good?
I'm not.
I can't hear.
Mr. Bell, I'm not involved in that lawsuit. So you would need to talk with the attorneys handling that lawsuit.
Do you propose that we need to talk to them before we pass this resolution?
Mr. Bell, I really can't make that proposal.
So if it gets us in trouble with the lawsuit we have pending, where's our protection?
Mr. Bell, you would need to talk to the attorneys handling that lawsuit. I can't give you advice on that lawsuit. I'm not involved in it.
Well, I'm talking about this grant.
Well, you're asking whether this grant has a bearing on that lawsuit, and I cannot answer that question.
Okay. So it sounds like we don't need to do it till we find that question out. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman.
Go ahead, Mr.
You recognize more?
Yes.
I understand Mr. Bell's question. I'm not to one up him on that, but I don't hardly see how a grant that we would apply for could come into play on, and I'm not a lawyer by any means. I don't hardly see how they could use that. If anything, that I don't think they could say that they had given us money or whatever. So that's just my opinion. And Mr. Bell, that's just my personal opinion, that I don't think it's anything we can get. And to Mr. Woody, I don't even know what total dollars it could be. I guess we just apply for whatever's available, and then we look at it from there. So I don't really have a problem, Mr. Bell, thinking that they could do anything. But this is my opinion.
Thank you, Mr.
I'm good.
Mr. Hendrickson.
EPA, like the corporation, broke it up in different sectors. I would imagine that one would find the grass around this different from the section of the lawsuit. Am I correct in what I'm saying? It's a different.
So this has been my experience, okay, dealing with TVA. Anything that our commission may address regarding any property over at Swan Pond, they said that's off the table. So they've kind of delineated to me that, you know, the discussion of anything over the Swan Pond area is not going to be processed by them. But I think, Commissioner Henningsen, you're right. They are divisioned out. We've accepted this grant probably 2 years ago. And again, any other thing we work with, whether it's permits along the river, they've been, you know, just like always. We accept from TVA, state of Tennessee, their in lieu of tax payment, which is $1.2 million a year. So that happens. That's, you know, an ongoing process that they've had for a long time. This invest project has been a process they've had for a long time.
Any more questions or comments?
Yeah, I've got one. How much?
No, it is. So don't give it to us unless we apply.
Mr. Bell.
How much time do we have on accepting this, Mr. Woody? Do we have a month?
I do not know. I mean, I could make a phone call and try to that here tonight, but he was diagnosed. Oh, Pam is here. He's due in 2 weeks.
Go figure. All right, thank you.
Any more questions? Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Commissioner Bell? Commissioner Bell?
Bale, aye.
Barry?
Barry, aye.
Rushiers? East? Ellis?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Hendrickson?
Yes.
Hester?
Yes.
Hickman?
Aye.
Cooks?
Yes.
Meadows? Moore?
Moore, yes.
White?
Yes.
Wilson? 14 yes.
Resolution 122004 is adopted. I'd like to let the commissioners know December the 20th, that was a week from yesterday at the Swan Pond Sports Complex at the soccer. WO attended last year the memorial service for the workers that passed away after work last year. That memorial service will be held December the 20th at 2 o'clock. Everyone is welcome. I'll be speaking, and I volunteer Mr. Woody. You don't know he'll be speaking too, so that's December the 20th, 2 o'clock at the Swan Pond Soccer Field.
Mr. Chairman?
Do any commissioners have anything before we adjourn?
Everybody have a good Christmas.
Commissioner Moore had something.
Mr. Chairman?
Go ahead, Mr.
You reckon I appreciate you trying to get this set up so we could meet this way for all the efforts that everybody concerned to where we can zoom in this evening. So I went back to work today and they sent me back home and would not allow me to get back to work with the public. So nothing different. They just trying to, they're either trying to get rid of me or I know Woody, you tickled with that, but I appreciate you getting this set up to where we can do that. So
Thank you. Thank you for your patience. I'd like to wish
Stand up, please.
Thank you, Bill.